Welcome to an episode of Road Ragin. It is I, the SKF Effect. She is Rhiannon, and he is Just Ice.
Hey, over here, I know who Just Ice is. What are you talking about, Just Ice?
We picked up a new hitchhiker, everyone.
Who?
Hey,
Dirty
what's going on,
Jersey!
everybody? It's been a while. How y'all doing out there in the wrestling road rage world?
I like Just Ice better.
Yeah, well, he's a bum. Picked him up off the street. He's a little weird, but he's what it is.
Why'd you steal his clothes?
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought the outfit was kind of snazzy, and I needed some new threads, and he just happened to have threads I wanted.
Okay. So,
Seems legit.
today's topic. Rhiannon, what is the topic?
WWE hates tag teams.
Yeah, they do. With the exception of... Actually, we really can't even say New Days. They took Big E away.
Yep.
Yeah, but you still got the tag team of Woods and Kofi.
But it's not the full New Day.
Yeah, but the New Day is a three-man. Tag teams, you can get your three-man tag teams, but typically speaking, it's two-man.
Unless you use the Freebird rule.
In which they're the Freebird rule.
Right.
So really, the only tag team that WWE's had long tenure that has not been broken up is the Usos.
Let's talk
Since
about when
day
one of them got
one-ish.
injured.
Huh?
One got the big boo-boo, and then he was out for a while, and they're like, hey, listen, bring in the other two.
Yeah, but that wasn't WWE's doing. So this topic got brought up when Rhiannon mentioned WWE breaking up women's tag teams.
After looking at the draft for 2021, they're down to the tag team champions as the only existing tag team. You broke up
Which
Natalya and Tamina. You broke up Nox and
who
Shotzi.
came up as a tag team, which was really weird when you consider Shotzi and Ember were doing the tag team stuff in NXT. Then you gave her Tegan, brought her up. They're a tag team. They beat the tag team champs twice. Don't get a title match, and now suddenly they're broken up.
My thought with this topic, when I first started wrestling, we had
You're wrestling?
watching wrestling, whatever. When you made me start watching wrestling when I was 14, blame him. We had the Hardys, Edge and Christian, the Dudleys.
Broken up.
But you had the TLC era.
You also had the APA.
The APA.
Broken up.
But you had all these matches. You had these WrestleMania tag team matches that are still some of my favorite matches to this day. And I don't feel like the WWE could do that now because they don't have teams that have long time bonds. Of course, they've all been broken up over time, and that happens. But those tag teams got to form legacies and were together for years. And the reason we have the TLC matches and things like that are because of those teams. And I don't think the WWE could ever do that again because they don't let the teams stay together long enough to form that bond and to form that trust to do some of those crazy things. Additionally, you have an opportunity with women's tag teams. Why can't the women's have a tag team TLC match? We don't have a women's tag team that lasts longer than 4 months, it seems.
WWE, for tag teams in the modern era, likes the random tag teams more than they ever have before. AJ Omos. RK Bro. Nia Jax and Shayna.
I get that.
Are you not going to talk about the current women's tag team champions?
Nikki ASH and Rhea Ripley.
But
Completely
also,
random.
Another completely random tag team from the Ruthless Aggression era, Hurricane
And
and
Kane.
Kane.
Also known as Hurricane.
Also, at one point, you did have Kane and X-Pac as a tag team, way back in the day. And let me tell you about the X-Pac Tory Christmas story.
That's another time, Jersey.
I don't know, it just seems like what the WWE created in their tag team division years ago and what it looks like now is weaker. I don't know where the women's tag team division is going because there is nobody. I mean, you can randomly string some teams together. Maybe some alliances will form in the Queen's Tournament or something, or you'll have some feuds that can work into tag teams. But you really broke up what little tag teams you have, and if you want Nikki ASH and Rhea Ripley to be able to defend those tag teams, they have absolutely no one to defend them against right now because there are no teams that exist.
The way Liv and Carmella have been feuding, they'll be a tag team soon enough.
He's like,
well, I mean, one looks like she's in the BDSM, and the other one looks got the mask. Why not?
Yeah, Mia and Tegan will probably become a tag team somehow on Raw.
Yeah, it'll be a Mia Yim who's done a lot of tag team stuff in the past in Independence and things like that, and in Impact she would be a good one for the tag. And then they were the Dollhouse.
I like the Dollhouse, but I liked the Lucha Sisters better.
Yes, but you do have women who have experience in tag teams. It's just a matter of putting them together and keeping some of them together so that maybe come Mania season you can have a really good tag team match with multiple tag teams. You can have a tag team TLC for women. You can have a tag team cage match for women. You can do those things that the men have done. If you want to break those barriers for women, you have to have people who can work together and trust one another and are familiar with one another. Because the problem with a random two people thrown together, if you don't know how to work well with the other person, you run the risk of hurting them.
But don't make it work somehow.
Don't break the wrestlers.
Jersey, anything you'd like to add on this moment?
Yeah, you know, I feel like tag team wrestling has kind of died out. And, you know, a lot of times people need alliances to get to where they want to go. So alliances kind of form to get where you need to be. We saw it when like Shawn Michaels and Triple H got back together way back in the day against the Spirit Squad. They're like, hey, listen, you know, my boy's getting beat up over here. I'm gonna go help him. Or, you know, you don't see as much like backstage stuff as you used to.
That's
where
true.
like, you know, you might have a run-in and some, you know, face may save the day. And all of a sudden, these two faces are like, hey, listen, why don't we work together for a little while? We can chase tag champs, chase whatever we want, and work well as a tag team. We had the Mega Powers back with Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man. And we don't got a lot of that no more today.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend philosophy.
Exactly. Which I think they basically did with Rhea Ripley and Nikki shit. ASH, my
The
bad.
downfall is they didn't go after the enemy. They just
No.
started going after.
No, but they worked well enough together. Like, you know what? Sure, maybe we both can't be women's champ, but we can be tag champs together. And friendship's what it's about.
The moral of the story is friendship, everybody. We
No,
need more
the moral
friendship.
of the story is don't be a dick.
And
Where have I heard
that's-
that recently?
I'd say that sounds like that's just Ice's gimmick. Why are you stole his clothes and his gimmick now?
I am from Jersey. What do you expect?
Oy vey. Alright. With that, be sure to click those buttons. Let's see a like. Let's see a subscribe. Leave a comment.
Let's see some shares on the YouTubes.
Who is your favorite tag team?
Who do?
What two superstars do you think would be put together well as a tag team? Comment below. Until the next episode. Later days, y'all, and take care of yourselves, everybody.